Hello everybody, welcome to astraeakeva. I'm Aio. In today's video we are going to do some guitar drawing. I wanted to kind of step away from human bodies for now. I do study those a lot, but I thought I should go into object studies. I haven't done object study in almost like 2 weeks now, so I decided to draw some guitars. In the future you'll realize why I'm studying some guitars at the moment, but I wanted to introduce a site that I used to get all these models. It's called Sketchfab, and it's a sort of 3D modeling site where people sell products for Blender. If you guys don't know what Blender or like 3D modeling apps like ZBrush, they're just programs that you use to render and create 3D models of objects. So it can be any different objects, all of that, but people sell their models here. But I tend to use it to study models because you can actually move it around. It's much like Pose Maniacs, where you can move the poses around. You can actually move, and you can actually also zoom into the product and look at different features of, for example, this guitar that I'm going to draw. I can see different parts of the guitar and move it around and look underneath it and all of that. So that's sort of why I like using this website. So let's get into drawing. The first thing that I tend to do when I draw an object, much like a human being, is that I'm gonna draw the line of like weight, where the gravity will hit, right? But let me not talk about it that way. Let me say the longest line. So I'm gonna draw the longest line on my pen is. I'm gonna use my pencil brush that I use all the time. It's by Kipsy, and I'm just gonna draw a straight line, press shift, and then move it down. Let me switch on time lapse. And to me, I'm just gonna say that the space between the body of the guitar and the top of the guitar is half, right? Half and half, and move this down. This is just the planning. I'm gonna look for a general shape of the guitar. It looks like a pear, a little pear, and it's pretty smooth. Can flip it over. On Medibang, if you want to flip, it's pretty easy. You don't have to create a shortcut for it, because you can just press the down key on your keyboard, down or up key, and it will flip the canvas. I want to make this a bit smaller, just getting the general shape of the guitar. And each guitar is different. Electrical guitars are different from acoustic guitars, right? I had both when I was younger. So this is an acoustic guitar, and I would say maybe a quarter up. What I feel like the arm is longer. Okay, I'm just gonna increase the size a bit more. I feel like the arm is a bit longer. And this is like a trapezius, right? It's a shape, trapezius. And this is also like a long trapezius, right? You can press shift and it will create a straight line. Shift. Let me make it thinner on this end. And whenever I press the shift key, my computer just starts freaking out. I don't know why, but it starts sending me weird messages. I'm just going to put using the circle tool from Medibang to create a little circle. And you can zoom in. Let me zoom in. By using the little roller on your mouse. And for here, you can also zoom in and zoom out using the ruler. I'm just observing the guitar. A little bit space between here and here. Go back to brush. My brush sizes are always kind of very small, like 2. I'm so used to having small brush strokes for my line art. I don't know why, it's just something I'm used to. And then 6 strings. I don't like symmetry, but since guitars have 6 strings, there's nothing I can do about it. The inner strings go to the last 2 in the middle, and then the outer ones go to the bottom. So yeah. 1, 2, 3. I really wanted to study guitars. This is something I have to do for work, and so it involves guitars, and so I'm going to study even the tiny parts. I don't do it all the time, but just for my own understanding. I don't know what these are called. I used to study like music, but I lost interest. And so now I don't know what to call different parts of the guitar and all of that. I don't know how to toggle. Okay. Something like a little square. And little like screws that you twist like this, right? And then the 6 strings. Do I have to count 1? Well, as long as the idea is there. I don't want to count all of this. Anyway, I'll only draw the nice line art after I'm done drawing the different shapes. Planning is much more important than sketching, so to me at least. So I tend to plan a lot, even my general paintings. I spend quite a lot of time planning. Let's look at the guitar from the bottom. So you have that general shape, right? It looks like a pear. But I'm gonna make it shorter. Bottom of the guitar. Like this. We want to see the bottom, so I'm gonna push it a little bit here and make it a little bit, yeah. So this line here has to be parallel with this line, right? And this line has to be parallel with this one. So everything has to be parallel, and everything has to have the same distance, at least for this guitar. I know some other things have different dimensions, but I'm just gonna stick to, I don't want to create a weird looking guitar. And even, let's draw the top in perspective. It's getting smaller on top over here. You can still press shift and draw a straight line. Think about parallels, right? Parallels. I feel like I want to push it some more, like this. this should be higher, more vertical, more straight. But I want to keep the roundness. Let me create a new layer and just check something. Control T. I just want to see the parallels. I do this for my own. How should I say this? For my own sanity. I do a lot of measurements, so this is not in parallel. I'll fix it. Paste. It's a good study to have for yourself as an artist. One more for the back of the guitar. I will delete everything, like all these lines, so I'll just put them in a folder and delete them later. Okay, so let's go back to brush and let's go back to making it more parallel. This should go lower a little bit more. And using these parallel lines, we can also confidently draw our neck for the guitar. Is it called a neck? What is it called? See, my don't apply. Let me put this all on a new layer. Now the lasso tool, I've got to have it on the same layer. Control X, Control V, deselect it. And let me just rotate. I want to rotate the guitar a little bit, like that. After doing a lot of traditional art for many years, I do enjoy using digital art now, because I'm able to use these digital tools and kind of move things around easily. Okay, so I'm just going to use one of my parallel lines for measurements, and I'm going to duplicate it, put it on top, and then move that for the neck. But because the neck is sort of getting smaller, the neck gets thinner on top, so yeah, I don't need to draw it out all out. Make it easy for myself. Alright, deselect. How about I put this layer outside of the folder? Because it is a part of the guitar. And I have two layers. Let's put it here. And then go to the eraser. I feel like this one should move. Along like that. The whole thing about these studies is not for my artwork to look exactly like the reference, but at least if someone were to see me draw a guitar, I would like them to say, oh, that looks like a guitar, you know? So that's kind of why when it comes to studying things, I take it quite seriously. But when it comes to likeness, even with my character drawings and paintings, I don't really care that much about likeness unless I was doing some sort of fan art or portrait art, which is something I used to do in the past, where I have to do it according to the reference and everything has to look the same. But I don't really care that much about making things look exactly the same. All I care about is, if you look at this, I want you to see a guitar, right? I would like you to see a guitar. Transform. I'm only gonna draw 3. I get lazy. Let's see. Maybe the back of the guitar would be a great thing. Okay. Undo. What's on the wrong app? Let's move this over here. Enter. So you have to remember that studies are not the final drawing. Studies are just studying things like form and proportion. You're just studying how the general shape. Like I said, it looks like a pear to me, so I will keep it in my mind for later. I'm drinking coffee. Okay, just a general shape as before, but because it's we're looking at the back of the guitar, we don't have to worry too much about details, right? Also, now we are introduced with a new shape. Why do I want to call it the neck? Maybe I should Google search. What is it called? The neck? Okay. Keep making mistakes. Let's put this on a new layer. Okay. And we can't really see it all, so it's kind of hidden by our body. And I feel like the body is a bit too short, or is it too round? So make it more narrow and more longer. We can see the bottom of the guitar and the side on the right. And remember these little tuners, I don't know how to call it, were used, that we can see those now much more easier from the back. Kind of stick out, right? Like that. So at least from the back, someone can say, oh, that's a guitar. That is definitely a guitar. So let us, I'm gonna now look at the different parts of the guitar. Okay, so like I said, you can use the drawing tools. Medibang has nice drawing tools, so I'm just gonna use that. bit too round. Let's draw it. Let's draw it this way. I need a new layer. Okay. Let me zoom out. I can erase it. When I first started using these tools to draw, I really struggled a lot. But now it's okay. I feel like I wanna erase this button. Let's erase the bottom and draw the top. There we go. I just want to round it off, right? Erase. And the reason why I tend to like using the tools because I don't know how to use it, so I want to practice. A bit over there. Use the eraser tool, and then you can just use your pencil tool to draw it in here. Alright. And since this is just basic shapes, we can create forms by just duplicating the layer. Make the size smaller. I want to close the gaps. And duplicate this layer and then move it down. You want to move it just down like this. And that is the body of the guitar. I'm gonna erase this line because you can't see it. Also this line, since you can't see it. It's all inside. And then just connect it. I'm gonna merge the layers. And then you have a hole that's sort of cut out circle, right, for the sound. And you can use the free transform to kind of put it into perspective, like this. I don't know why, but my brain just knows when something is in perspective, and I think almost all artists sort of know, like intuition. You'll know when something is off. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfection, so don't apply. I keep forgetting to switch off the free transform whenever I do art, even when I'm painting. So yeah, this is sort of the body of the guitar. We're just looking at general shapes. I was like, let me not focus on this, but let me draw it separately. This little button. We have the strings, but then we have this connector, right? Let's go to brush. On a new layer, I'm just gonna observe the shape. It looks like it's straight on top, right? But then it's this way. If I was gonna draw it in 3D, draw it this way. You can see the bottom, and it's sort of raised on one side, in the middle. The strings connect to little I don't know what to call them. Let's start out with the inner ones, then the outer one, and then, or you can just draw them individually and copy and paste them. Make it easy for you if you want uniformity, but I don't care about those stuff. Not right now. And now for the neck. We have one side of its face, so I'm gonna make this body a bit, merge it down again. Let me make it smaller. So the neck, I don't know why I'm calling it the neck, okay, is connected. It has a face of a rectangle, or you can see that at the bottom it has a face of a rectangle, the way I see it here, because it's stuck to the guitar body. And then, but the top, its face becomes a semicircle, like this. I'm just gonna draw it as if I'm looking down from the top. And then the back part, if I was to cut this off, it will just be like this, like a half cut cylinder, sort of, the other side. So like this. And this type of study is just so that I can keep it in my mind for later on when I draw my own characters and stuff like that. Okay, because I have some sort of obsession, I decided to just look up the different parts of the guitar. On the internet, I found this website called Liberty Park Music. So it is called the neck. Well, yeah, some part of it is called the neck. So at least I got it right. I remember my guitar days. So I drew the frets and the heel. So this is the heel. You don't have to do this. This is just my how to call it, obsession. I like to know things. I like researching things. So let me draw the headstock. I'll just use this example because it looks simple. It gets thinner at the bottom, and the machine heads. So the machine head was that little square thingy that I drew, the little, what do you call it, thing that you turn. I should just stop. So this one sort of goes in. This one has little machine heads that stick out over here like this. I can make my own little shape, right? Can I? Something like that. Let's just make, I like overlap, so I like to give hints of things at the other side and all of that. So this would be the nut, right? At least I know the anatomy of a guitar now. Sound hole, okay. And then this is the bridge. I kind of thought it was a bridge, but then I just ignored it. At least I remember some of my music class, stuff, theory. I didn't put in the saddle, so this would be the saddle. And so because I've studied these shapes, right? If I were to draw it from my head, I will draw the neck. If I wanted to draw it again from my imagination without looking at a reference, I can sort of kind of understand, this becomes a square when it's attached to the body of the guitar, right? But then we have the heel, and so I have to think in 3D. And if this heel, okay, here's the body will be on top of the neck. So here's the back of the guitar. Since it's the back, the heel will be something like this, and it hooks onto the neck. So at least I will be able to draw from my imagination in the future. So nut will come here, and then if I wanted to draw this from the back, I can just wing it and draw it from my imagination. And then I will draw these little squares for the, what did I call it? Machine heads, right? Machine heads will be like this, right? You can draw all 6. I'm just not gonna draw all 6. With something that maybe tunes it, and draw it the other way. So studying things around you is very important, guys. You'll be able to kind of figure things out on your own. And then we have our strings. I didn't draw the strings, but yeah. So the inner strings go into the top machine heads over here, and the outer ones go to the bottom, so the middle ones go to the middle, the bottom ones go to the bottom. Yeah. So yeah, that is all for today's quick tutorial. It wasn't that professional, but I just wanted to show you guys how I study objects and even human bodies. I just study like this. I don't have any like professional way of doing it. I just like to study things names. In university, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but in university, I studied mechanical engineering. So because of that, I kind of have this sense of I need to research things to better understand things. So researching is quite fun for me. That's kind of how I enjoy my art process, and I enjoy creating art in my free time when I'm not working. So now I know how to draw an acoustic guitar, and I can practice my penmanship by just drawing the line art over it. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one, in the next record. Feel free to study with me. Maybe for record 70, I will go back to drawing human body, and I will see for the next records what I want to do. So it all depends on what I want to draw that day. But that is all for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Please enjoy your day. Have a fantastic week ahead. Think positively. Please, good things are always around you. But one thing I realized is even one bad thing kind of puts us off. But just remember that amongst one bad thing in life, we are always surrounded by good things, and you have to look for them, unfortunately. But there's always good in the world, so please don't feel down. Please don't give up on yourself. Please don't give up on your art. I'm rooting for you, and I know that you can reach almost all your dreams that you wish to accomplish. So that is all I wanted to say. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all these various things. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully with your help I will be able to get there. And that is all. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye bye.